Singer did some pretty interesting things during World War II, and I thought we'd take the time today to talk about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Hello, my name is Cherie, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Between 1941 and 1953, Singer made black side sewing machines, and some people call them crinkle or Godzilla finished. These models didn't have shiny parts, but a dull finish. Some claim that this was done in response to nickel and chromium shortages during the war, but there doesn't appear to be any direct evidence of this. What we do know is that Singer's direct competitor, White, had been making these crinkle finished sewing machines for many years, and they marketed them as an anti-glare machine. So it could have been a response to companies like White, or it could have been part of the war effort. Who knows? The other piece of seemingly conflicting information comes from the Singer website itself. Singer says that it stopped making domestic sewing machines between 1939 and 1945 in order to help out with the war effort. However, on many other sites, it says that those crinkle finished sewing machines we just talked about were made between 1941 and 1953, which is a little bit conflicting on the dates. But what I think is happening here is that Singer stopped its production sometime in 1941 in order to help out with the war effort, and picked back up production a couple of years later. If I go and look at the Singer featherweight, for example, it was made from 1933 all the way up to July of 1941, and then they didn't make any more featherweights until September of 1945. And so what Singer is saying in some regards does indeed ring true. It's just a little bit of speculation there about the dates of when they stopped and started. So just what was Singer doing during those years when it was not making sewing machines? I have pulled up this article here from Popular Mechanics, and we're going to read a small paragraph that is about 2 paragraphs down so that we can get an idea of what they were doing. In 1939, the U.S. War Department contracted with Singer Sewing Machine Company to build 500 1911s. The contract, Educational Order WORD, which spells word to me, 396, was a test to see if Singer could produce 100 guns per day, a number it thought was doable. The War Department got its handguns serial numbers, which I'm not going to read that, but the company was unable to live up to the pace of 100 guns per day. Rather than complaining, the War Department gave Singer something much better to work on. The War Department realized Singer's pistols were of such a high quality that the company was qualified to do more important work, and that Singer's expert machines abilities would have been wasted on mere handguns. Washington put the Singer Company to work on aviation-related components that required precision machining, particularly navigation and targeting equipment. During the war, Singer produced components for the Sperry T-1 bomb sight, B-29 bomber gunfire control computers, directional gyro and artificial horizontal instruments, and automatic pilot parts. This all sounds very intriguing to me. Singer built the sort of equipment pilots relied upon to find their targets, fend off enemy fighters, accurately deliver their bombs, and get home. As for the 500 Singer 1911s, those handguns went to arming Army Air Force crews, and today are amongst the most desirable guns in the world of arms and armor collecting. The small number produced, their high quality, and even the smaller number of guns that survived the war make them extremely rare. In December of 2017, a Singer 1911 sold at auction for an eye-popping $414,000, one of the highest prices ever paid at auction for a handgun. Wow. If you haven't already, please do take the time to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and tap that notification bell to receive updates. I have a couple pictures of the 1911 to show you, and while you are looking at those photos, I will read to you a few snippets from an article I found on PR Newswire about this same Singer model 1911. I'm going to kind of skim through the article as it does speak of some other weapons that we're not really interested in discussing today. A Singer model 1911 A1, which is a .45 ACP semi-automatic pistol made by the Singer Sewing Machine Company in Elizabeth, New Jersey in 1940, rang up at $184,000. And I'm going to skim on down and we can read a little bit more. The Singer model 1911 A1 .45 ACP semi-automatic is regarded as the most desirable pistol among .45 automatic collectors worldwide. This example, one of 500 produced from the original contract, was only recently discovered and had never before been offered for sale. The gun's condition was extraordinary, mechanically excellent. It retained nearly all of its original dark, dew-light finish and had extremely fine bore and exceptional grips. All right, so even in 2026, these guns are super desirable amongst collectors, and I think that maybe even some people that enjoy sewing would even want to collect some of the other items that Singer made outside of sewing machines. I know this was a departure from my normal discussion about sewing machines on this channel, but I hope you enjoyed it. And please let me know your thoughts about it down in the comment section below. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.